Hey, I'm Mark Romanek. You know, a little rain never hurt a fisherman. Grab an umbrella and come on board because we're going to take a 171 Pro Mag for a test ride. I think you're going to like what you see about this new little boat. The 171 Pro Mag is 17 foot 3 inches down the center line. It has a 96-inch beam and a maximum horsepower capacity of 150 horses. Let's start our discussion here on the console, and the console's got some very nice features. First of all, it's got a tilt steering wheel. Now this is a nice feature because if you're a big guy like me, it makes it easier for you to get in behind the wheel and makes it comfortable for driving. Also, all your gauges are very visible up here. By tilting down the steering wheel, you can now see all of your gauges, so you can see your tach and your speedometer, you can see your gas fill. All of that is very easy to spot right here. There's room on the right-hand side for a GPS sonar combo. That's an important thing on a fishing boat. Of course, we've got an AM/FM radio over here on the left-hand side, and all the toggle switches are down the right-hand side. What I like about the toggle switches, they're positive. You put them on, they stay on, and they got a light to remind you that they're on. That's a nice feature. There's also a 12-volt accessory switch over here, so if you want to charge your cell phone while you're fishing, you can do that very nicely. And there's an MP3 port as well. All of these are cool features, but there's one more feature you just got to check out. It's called the Yard Blow system. Now, if you haven't seen this or heard about this, this entire boat is set up with fans and blowers inside the dry storage compartment. So when this boat is at dock, or if it's in your garage, you hook up the shore power, and these blowers start circulating air through the boat. Anybody who's owned a fishing boat knows that inside the fishing boat, it gets wet and musty and mildewy. This blower system keeps air circulating in the boat, dries the boat out, and it is an ingenious system. You gotta check out the Yard Blower system. It's a great way to keep everything in your boat shipshape. For 2017, another really nice feature is if you go to the console on these smoker crafts and you turn on the courtesy lights, you see a nice LED light system all around the cockpit of the boat. Now, why is that important? It's just enough light that you can see to move around and do things in the boat, but it's not so much light that it blinds you. It's a really nice feature, something you wouldn't expect in a boat of this class. Let's turn our attention to the rear casting deck. It's a very nice one. It's not huge back here, but there's plenty of room for one angler to sit up here in comfort and fish. But any raised casting deck has more features than just fishing. It's going to house other important things in the boat. For example, this one has a giant live well. It's divided, recirculated, aerated, and it even has a bait well compartment in it as well. There's also a nice dry storage compartment back here as well. So what we're doing back here, not only just fishing, we're storing our fish, we're storing our cranking batteries, and some of our fishing tackle, all in the same space. The gunnels of a fishing boat are important places because it facilitates a lot of storage and a lot of important features inside a boat. For example, rod storage. On both the port and starboard side of the 171 Pro Mag, we've got great storage capacity here. Rod storage on the port side, which is lockable. On the starboard side, where I'm sitting now, also another lockable bin. This one is just for general storage. And then up here on the top on the gunnel, there's an extrusion. Inside this extrusion, you can slide all kinds of cool accessories. Things like rod holders or drink cup holders slip right into this extrusion. That's a really, really cool feature. And then down below, underneath, is open integrated storage as well. So the gunnels are encapsulating all of the storage capabilities. It's a great feature in the 171 Pro Mag. The 171 Pro Mag has exceptional rod storage capabilities. We already talked a little bit about the one rod storage compartment on the gunnel. You can put up to 4 rods in that and you can lock them. On the floor, there's an additional rod storage where you can put another 5 or 6 rods in the floor. And that's not all. On the front casting deck down the center line, there's a 3rd rod storage. So in a 17-foot boat, the 171 has more rod storage than you're going to find in any competitive model. We jumped up to the bow on the 171 Pro Mag, and it's one of my favorite areas of the boat. You can see there's a lot of room up here. Single console boats give you a lot of bow casting room, and that's a very cool thing. But this big space up here is also useful for a lot of other things. For example, there's a secondary live well. We already showcased the live well at the back of the boat. It's huge. There's a smaller live well in the front of the boat. And that's going to be useful for things like maybe putting your bait in, or maybe smaller fish like crappie or bluegill. So that's a real nice feature. We also have a lot of dry storage up here, several dry storage compartments. So all your fishing tackle is going to fit under deck. That way you don't have your fishing tackle under your feet when you're walking around. You have a nice clean deck to fish from. That's a huge thing. You also have an electric motor up here, and the electric motor is set up on a quick disconnect bracket. I think these are really cool because sometimes when we're fishing, we need an electric motor and we want it on the boat. But sometimes we don't need the electric motor, so it's nice to be able to take that off using the quick disconnect bracket and stow it in the garage. So that's a really nice feature as well. Also, you want to look at the top decks here. They're all a really high-grade vinyl, easy to keep clean, easy to maintain. In a fishing boat, you want vinyl floors, and that's exactly what you get in the Pro Mag 171. Last but certainly not least, we've talked about the vinyl in this boat. We've talked about the vinyl on the casting deck on the bow and also at the back of the boat. But what we haven't talked about is the second kind of vinyl that's in the cockpit. It's kind of like a weaved style vinyl. It feels really great on your feet, particularly in bare feet, but even more important, it's super durable and it doesn't show dirt very well. It's a great vinyl that's ideally suited to the floor of a fishing boat. You know, the 171 Pro Mag is an awesome fishing boat. You really owe it to yourself to take a deeper look at this model. Go online and check out smokercraft.com. I think you'll see some more information. Or better yet, find a Smoker Craft dealer, sit in one of these yourself. I think you'll like what you got to see here.